Hi everyone. So today we are going to see about transportation in animals and plants lesson part 4. In part 3, I hope you remember, we discussed about the organ heart and how the heart is divided, that is into 4 chambers. What is the purpose of that division? What is the responsible function of auricles, otherwise called atrium, and ventricles? Everything we have discussed, what is oxygenated blood and how it is going to enter, what are the receiving chambers, what are called pumping chambers, and isn't it? Now we are going to talk about blood vessels. So blood vessels are nothing but tube-like structures which is going to carry the blood from one place to another, because blood is the only substance which is traveling all throughout our body, isn't it? But they are traveling inside a tube-like structure that is called what? Blood vessels. And we have discussed the circulatory system, open and a closed circulatory system. In human beings, we are having closed circulatory system. Closed circulatory system meaning blood is traveling inside the vessels, tube-like structure, that is called what? Blood vessels. Now we are going to see about the types of blood vessels. So there are 3 types of blood vessels are in our body. One is arteries, another one is vein, and the third one is capillaries. Just we will see each one in detail. The first one is called arteries. See, oxygenated blood which is flowing from heart to different body parts, no, that is carried by the arteries. Arteries are nothing but blood vessels only, but what they are going to carry? Blood from heart. They are going to carry blood from heart to different body parts. See, check the picture. The last video also I have given the same picture only. So the 4 chambers, that is the center figure is heart, and the right hand side is lungs, and left hand side was body is given. Okay, body represents different body parts. Okay, so arteries, what they are going to carry? They are going to carry blood from where? From the heart to different body parts. So check the picture, from heart to different body parts. So here one tube was connected from the heart to different body parts, and arrow mark is also given, especially the tube which connects the left ventricle and the body parts, no, that is called what? Arteries. So arteries are blood vessels. What they are going to carry? Blood from heart to different body parts. We know heart is divided into 4 chambers. So the artery is connected with which chamber? Left ventricle. So that tube is called what? Arteries. And what blood they are going to carry? There are 2 types of blood in our body. One is oxygenated blood and another one is deoxygenated blood. Isn't it? So oxygenated blood is only necessary for all the cells of our body. So from heart to body parts means what? Different. That is all body parts. So all the cells of our body needs blood. So what blood it needs? Definitely it needs oxygenated blood. For what purpose? For the respiration purpose. Isn't it? See, remember the respiration equation. Glucose, that is what the nutrients absorbed from the small intestine, no, that will be assimilated in different body parts. So all the cells of our body, what they will do? Along with oxygen, it gives energy. At the same time, it is going to produce carbon dioxide. So that is respiration, isn't it? So for respiration, we need oxygen. That is, we means our cells, our body cells need oxygen. So the heart is going to give that oxygen along with the blood. So different body parts. So definitely arteries are going to carry what blood? Oxygenated blood. So from left ventricle to different body parts, no, that tube is called arteries, and that tube is going to carry oxygenated blood. And usually arteries are somewhat thick blood vessels, and they are elastic walls. Why? Because from the heart to all the cells of our body is going to get the oxygen. So there is more pressure. So from the heart, it is going to supply the oxygen to all parts of our body. So there is so much of pressure for that. So the blood flow will be somewhat in high. So that is the walls are somewhat thick, and they are elastic. Elastic means both contraction and relaxation takes place because of the pressure. So arteries are thick blood vessels and they are elastic in nature, and they transfer blood from heart to different body parts, and they are going to transfer what blood? Oxygenated blood. But one exception is there. One exception, that is called, that artery is pulmonary artery. See, if you check the heart picture, from left ventricle also one blood vessel is there that is going to connect the lungs. Okay, so this tube also from the heart only it is going to connect. So I told that arteries carry blood from heart, isn't it, to different body parts. Lung is also one of the body part only. Can you able to understand what I am saying? Arteries are blood vessels which going to carry blood from the heart. So from the heart, left ventricle is also one of the part of the heart. So that is also artery. So that is also what? The tube which is joined from the right ventricle to the lungs. No, that is also artery. But it is going to carry deoxygenated blood. Why? Because lungs, it was connected with the lungs. Lungs, in the alveoli, the part of alveoli, what is taking place? That is exchange of gases. That is the carbon dioxide released from all the cells now combines with the blood, and it will go to the lungs, and it will remove carbon dioxide. That carbon dioxide only we are exhaling out, isn't it? So the lungs is the place where the exchange of gases takes place. So here the blood is transferring from right ventricle to the lungs. So it is going to give that deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Okay, generally arteries usually carry what blood? Oxygenated blood. So here that is the exception. This is also artery. This tube is especially called pulmonary artery. That is the tube which connects right ventricle to the lungs. Check the picture. From right ventricle to lungs, one tube is there. No, that tube is nothing but artery. What artery? Pulmonary artery. But it is going to carry deoxygenated blood. That is the left ventricle to body parts. No, that is artery. That is going to carry oxygenated blood. Generally, arteries will carry oxygenated blood, but there is only one exception. There is especially pulmonary artery is going to carry deoxygenated blood to lungs. Okay, have you understand? Okay, the next blood vessel is veins. Veins is just opposite to arteries, so you can easily remember. So arteries carry blood from heart to different body parts. So here just opposite. So veins carry blood from different body parts to heart. So arteries oxygenated blood usually carry oxygenated. So veins usually carry deoxygenated blood. So again check the same picture. So according to veins, the first point, veins carry blood from different body parts to heart. So check the picture. So from body parts to the heart, one tube was connected, isn't it? Especially to the right atrium chamber. Atrium is otherwise called auricles. Auricles, we know that they are receiving chambers, isn't it? So blood is moving from body parts to heart, and especially to the right atrium. So right atrium is receiving the blood. Okay, and it usually carry what blood? Deoxygenated blood. Why? Because usually cells give out carbon dioxide. That carbon dioxide is mixed with the blood. First it enters into the heart of the right atrium chamber. Okay, so definitely it is what blood? Deoxygenated blood. Then they are thin and less elastic walls. Why they are thin? See, arteries are thick walls. Why? Because of the pressure. But here, while comparing to arteries, they are thin walls and they are less elastic, because all different body parts is going to give. So there is no need of that much pressure. Okay, and walls are present. Walls, but in arteries I didn't mention about any walls. Here I mentioned walls are present. What do you mean by walls? Walls are nothing but like a door. See, for a door, if you are entering our house, what we will do after entering, we will close our door. Why? To prevent the entry of any insects or any dust particles from the atmosphere, isn't it? So here walls are also like that. That is like a entry or exit point. So why here walls are present? Because veins usually carry what blood? Deoxygenated blood. So that blood should not again get back to the cells. Because deoxygen means what ma? Rich in carbon dioxide. So that blood should not again get back into the cells. So if the cells receive same deoxygenated blood, it is not good for us. Carbon dioxide is not needed. That's why only our cells are eliminating that carbon dioxide through the blood to the atmosphere. So to prevent the backflow of the deoxygenated blood again into the cells, the walls are present. So the walls acts like a one way. So the veins are one way method. So in our road it will be written, it's a one way. No entry like that. Have you ever observed the board? So one way meaning what? So you can travel in only one direction, opposite, that is opposite, in that road opposite vehicles you should not able to found, and you should not follow, you should not go into that road in opposite way. It's a one way. Like that veins are in one way. So to prevent, because of, to maintain that one way, walls are present. So to prevent the backflow of blood to the cells, walls are present here, because veins are carrying deoxygenated blood. That blood should not again enter into the cells. Okay, here also one exception, because I told veins carry blood from different body parts to heart. So if you check the picture, left atrium is also receiving blood from lungs. So lungs is also one of the body parts. So the lungs, what it will do, it gives blood to the left atrium. The lungs is giving blood means definitely it should be what blood? Oxygenated blood, isn't it? The oxygen what we are inhaling, no, that will enters our nose, then it reaches trachea, then bronchi, bronchioles, in the alveoli. In alveoli, the oxygen combines with the blood. That blood is going to travel to all parts of the body, no. That blood first enters the left atrium of the heart. So that blood is what blood? Oxygenated. But veins are usually what? Deoxygenated, isn't it? Veins, what it will do, it carry blood from different body parts to heart. So lungs is connected with left atrium, so it is definitely the veins. But here the veins are carrying what? Oxygenated blood. So this vein is called pulmonary vein, and it is the exception because it carry oxygenated blood. I hope you what somewhat understand about arteries and veins. Arteries and veins are just opposite to each other. Okay, now just we will see the third one. The third blood vessel is nothing but the capillaries. See, we discuss about arteries and veins. It is easy for you to remember because they are just opposite in mechanism. That is, they are having opposite function. But capillaries, if you if you see the capillaries, they are very very thin vessels. They are while comparing arteries and veins, the capillaries are the thinnest tube-like structures, and it also carry blood only. They are extremely thin. So if you see the picture, you can understand arteries. The red lines are usually they are oxygen. We know that arteries is going to carry oxygenated blood usually. So they are good blood. So they are usually represented by red color. And if you check veins, veins carry usually deoxygenated blood. They are called foul blood or bad blood, and they are usually represented by blue color. So the arteries are branched out into somewhat thin tubes. They are called arterioles, and these arterioles further branched into form capillaries. These capillaries join to form venules, and the venules join to form veins, and veins at last becomes vena cava. So this is the structure of the capillaries. So the capillaries are nothing but the very very extremely thin tubes, and what it's do, it will join both the arteries and veins. Okay, the arteries are branched to form arterioles, and arterioles further branched out to form capillaries. Capillaries join to form venules, venules joins veins, and veins are connected with vena cava. Okay, so look at the structure here. The red lines are represented by called arteries because they are going to carry good blood. Good blood meaning the blood which is rich in oxygen, oxygenated blood. Blue lines, veins which are rich in carbon dioxide, hence they are called deoxygenated blood. So that's why, to prevent the backflow of the deoxygenated blood to the cells, walls are present only in the veins, so that the mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood should not take place. So capillaries are blood vessels, so where the exchange of gases, nutrients, excretory products, all the one takes place. Okay, now let's see a quick comparison of arteries and veins. So arteries carry blood from the heart to different body parts. So veins just opposite from body parts to the heart. And arteries usually carry oxygenated blood. Veins usually carry deoxygenated blood. Exception is there. What is that one? Pulmonary artery, here pulmonary vein. Blood flow is in high pressure. Why? Because it is going to carry blood from the heart to all body parts, so the pressure should be very high. But here somewhat low while comparing to arteries. Arteries are thick, veins are thin walls. They are both are elastic. In arteries, no walls are present. Here, walls are present. Why? To prevent the backflow of deoxygenated blood. Okay. Now we are going to talk about this. Something again very interesting is called pulse. What is pulse? I hope you heard the word pulse in medical. That is, if you visit any hospital, they use it. Usually, the general routine checkup, they used to check pulse. Isn't it? So have you ever observed that you can feel something vibrating when you touch your wrist? That you can feel something vibrating when you touch your wrist. So what is that rhythmic movement that you can feel? See, if you touch near your neck region or even your wrist also, you can feel some vibration. So here the picture is given, the wrist where you have to touch and neck where you have to feel touch that neck portion. So if it is not, do it now. Just touch your wrist, not very hard, just press it. Okay, you can be able to feel the vibration. Just hold a minute and feel it, ma. Touch your wrist. Can you feel any vibration? No, otherwise now again touch your neck portion. You can feel something clearly, other more than wrist. Can feel. Can you? Yes. That you can able to feel the rhythmic vibration. That rhythmic throbbing you felt, no, that is pulse. That is called what? Pulse. See, when I am suddenly talking about pulse, why I am suddenly talking about pulse? Because this vibration is because of the flow of blood through the arteries. This vibration, what you are feeling, no, that vibration is because of the blood flow through arteries, because arteries are somewhat thick walls, so thick blood vessels, so you can easily feel that vibration. So now the blood flow in these arteries, no, it flows under very high pressure. So arteries have elastic walls, so that tend to contract and relax because of the pressure. The walls, what it will do, they are elastic walls, so it will contract and relax. So imagine the balloon. If you are giving more blowing pressure, it will enlarge. Okay, if you are releasing that pressure, it will, what it will do, it will shrink. That is, it will reduce that size. So like that, our vessels, what it will do, it will contract and it will relax. Contraction and relaxation of the artery is taking place. That contraction and relaxation is felt like the rhythmic vibration. That is what you used to say as pulse. So pulse is nothing but due to the movement, that is due to the flow of blood in the arteries. So what is pulse? Pulse is a rhythmic throbbing felt near either the wrist or neck portion, and that is due to the movement of blood through the arteries. Okay. So next what we are going to see is what is pulse rate. Pulse rate is nothing but number of pulse beats in 1 minute. How many times you are feeling that throbbing vibration in 1 minute? No, that is pulse rate. See, if you just touch the area, either the wrist or neck, just count the number of time it moves in 1 minute. You can able to see that it will take 72 to 80 beats per minute. So that is the normal pulse rate of humans. So the normal pulse rate of human is what? 72 to 80 beats per minute. It is not exactly same for everybody, but it varies and lies between this range. Some people may get 72, some people get 78, or even 80, 82 also. So definitely it should be within this range only. Okay. But if you are doing any heavy exercise or during heavy activities like exercise or physical activities, the heart pumps more blood, that is extra blood, to provide more oxygen to the muscles. So in respiration itself we have studied, in anaerobic respiration muscles starts to produce their own energy. That's because of the accumulation of lactic acid, everything we studied, have you remember? So the same thing only, it needs more oxygen, isn't it? So the blood is the only thing which is going to carry oxygen. So heart pumps more blood to provide oxygen to the muscle. So as I said earlier, for the oxidation of food, oxygen is needed. That oxygen is supplied by the blood. So heart pumps faster to supply more oxygen by blood. So due to that, during physical activities, our pulse rate will be higher and our breathing rate also will be increased. So it should be definitely more than 90 or 100. Okay, but in normal condition, our normal pulse rate of human is 72 to 80 beats per minute. You can check. Okay, so with this I conclude this part 4. Remaining thing I'll continue in our next class. Okay, thank you.